Here is an NBC News segment from September 5th, 1989, where Donald Trump talks about how, if he had the opportunity, he would change something about himself. This is a guy whose dad didn't just loan him $1 million, but co-signed on every one of his deals, his major deals at the beginning of his career, which was the only way those deals were going to happen, who came in and bought $3.5 million of chips so that he could give his son a hidden loan, essentially. He was fined for it, but only like $50,000 at his casino so that his son could pay off his bills. This is a guy who, with his father, ignored a Department of Justice consent decree on not renting to black people. But Donald Trump has figured it out. He's figured out how he could actually have done better. And it would have been so easy. Go ahead.
A well-educated black has a tremendous advantage over a well-educated white in terms of the job market. And I think sometimes a black may think that they don't really have the advantage or this or that, but in actuality, today, currently, it's a great. I've said on occasion, even about myself, if I were starting off today, I would love to be a well-educated black because I really believe they do have an actual advantage today.
I wish I was born in Zamunda like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America.
Well, the amazing thing is that he just imagines he thinks this way too. It's sort of like as if a well-educated black just pops up. They just come into the world fully grown and well-educated. And there's no life experiences. It's just, it would be better.
And let me tell you something else. If I was a well-educated black, I could not rent to the blacks, and I wouldn't even have to ignore the Justice Department.
That's right.
It wouldn't come to begin with. So think about it.
Now,
maybe if my dad was black, it would be $6 million in chips.
If this reminds you of something, you can't put your finger on it. It is of the last Republican nominee who was convinced that he would already be president, even if he wasn't necessarily well-educated, just only if he was Mexican. Here it is. This is that secret recording of Mitt Romney. It's the 47% recording, but it's the part that doesn't get enough attention.
My dad, you probably know, was the governor of Michigan and was the head of a car company, but he was born in Mexico. And had he been born of Mexican parents, I'd have a better shot of winning this, but he was I say that jokingly, but it would be helpful to be
Yeah, I say that jokingly, but it's actually true. It's actually true. If my dad was born of Mexican parents, then he would, of course, been the first Mexican to be the head of a major car company and the first Mexican to be a governor of a U.S. state. And then I would be, of course, elected president. Because all those things would happen because there's no such thing as racism in this country. It's funny. That was 4 years ago. Little did he know that all those people who were voting for him in the Republican primary would support Donald Trump based on the very fact that Donald Trump would never allow a Mexican even into the country at that point. Donald Trump would not have allowed Mitt Romney into the country.
On the upside, I would be president.
That's
On the
right.
downside, my beautiful, glistening white skin would be corrupted.
It's unbelievable. I mean, honestly,
Hola.
when you need to explain the concept of privilege to somebody, all you need is to play these two clips. And if they don't understand, they're not reachable. Because there's a lot of people out there, and there's been a decent amount of polling that shows, Donald Trump's supporters. The biggest danger between whether or not minorities are subjected to racism in this country, or whites are oppressed because of minority giveaways. The majority of them say the latter. Donald Trump feels that he was ripped off in some way by not being a well-educated black.
I lost the last presidential election because of the biggest minority giveaway of them all, the presidency.
It's unbelievable.
They want phones, they want houses, they want air, and now the presidency. Unbelievable. However, Donald Trump is totally tasteless, and I would never say anything like he says.
Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.